pinning on of the bib.
It's one of those things I'm still amazed about. I mean, we do have, you know, now the technology to put removable adhesive labels on there, but we're still sticking with the safety pins.
But it does give the flexibility for late changes, though, doesn't it?
I suppose you're right, but I just think that we could probably, you know, all you really need is a decent printer down in the call area.
So, about to get underway with this first semi-final. Thomas Barr of Ireland, been a great championships for them so far. Rashida Adeleke and Israel Elatunde, 400 and 100 national records for them in their respective finals. Thomas Barr, of course, lit up the Olympic Games in Rio, breaking Irish records of his own, and bronze medalist at the Europeans as well. Seamus Derbyshire did make the Commonwealth Southern Administrative error, was very frustrated about that, but he has his chance now. Nick Schmitz, strong Dutchman, going here from lane 6. Joshua Abuaku, who's improved this year to 48.80. Getting a good reception from supporters inside the Olympiastadion, as you'd expect. Moving on to Nazir, just 19 years of age, the Turk, World Under-20 champion, recently in Cali in Colombia. Of course, those two back-to-back World Under-20s. I've been in Kenya last year. Hapio, the Frenchman, fourth at the Worlds, the 2019 European Under-23 champion. Balush of Slovakia, so he's the only athlete among these who's yet to break 50 seconds. But maybe this will be the occasion. And Dries van Nieuwenhove, the Belgian champion, 1.2 seconds PB this year, 49.56 at best. So yes, even though Balush hasn't broken 50 seconds, could quite easily do it if you look at the trajectory recently of someone like the man on his inside. And that is Dries van Nieuwenhove of Belgium, Balush of Slovakia, Hapio of France, Nazir, the Turk, Germany's Abuaku, Schmidt of the Netherlands, Seamus Derbyshire of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, who had that gymnastic forward roll when he qualified for that heat. And then Thomas Barr of Ireland goes in lane 8 on the outside. First two in each of these semis, and then two-time qualifiers across the 3 runs, making it through. Nazir there looks to have had a really poor start. The young Turk perhaps not too much recovery since those World Under-20 Championships. Abuaku sailing through though. The German in the yellow in lane 5. Will he have it all his own way down this home straight now? Barr of Ireland nearest the camera for a moment there on the outside. Hapio now fighting pretty much neck and neck. Who has the more momentum off the last barrier? Hapio going to come through to take this semi-final in 48.89. Strong time for a semi, and Wilfred Hapio, how close can he get to Karsten Warholm in the final? Warholm, of course, having that tough year, getting an injury, weeks out from the World Championships, and not fully recovered by the time it came to them, but he always commits and goes for it. And we'll see how he gets on in a few moments' time. But Hapio followed by the home favourite Abuaku, with Barr just missing out on an automatic spot. So too Seamus Derbyshire of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
An outstanding run there from Wilfried Hapio, as Alex was saying. Good time for a semi-final, especially one run in the morning. Tidy hurdling from the Frenchman, who's made several steps forward this year in terms of taking chunks out of his personal best. Stuttered very slightly just ahead of the 9th, but at this stage it's the Frenchman and the German who are getting through without too many problems. Barr tried to close down the home straight. Barr, by his own admission, has not been racing that much this year. He's had injury problems. Just hoping to get through as a fastest non-automatic qualifier. The man who finished 4th back at the Rio 2016 Olympics. A nice sporting gesture between the two men who did come home in front. Hapio and Aboako confirmed their places in the final tomorrow. So we're using the hot seats. So now the second heat of the men's 400 meters hurdles, with none other than Carson Warholm. Ran that incredible world record when flying to gold last year. I don't think many people could believe their eyes when they saw that time of 45.94 flash up on the scoreboard. There's Ludi Vallon.
The twice Italian champion. Auf der Bahn 5 der zweifache italienische Meister, Mario Lambrughi. Airline 4, the Belgian record holder. Auf der Bahn 4 der belgische Rekordhalter über diese Strecke.
There's Julian Watron. Made a good conversion to the 400 hurdles, better known up until now as a stalwart of the Belgian relay teams. What more can you say about Carson Warholm? Well, 48 dead this year. He's had his injury problems, as we know, ever since the spring. Came back to the World Championships, made the final, and he's now just really racing himself fit. And a big cheer for the Norwegian Olympic champion.
National champion, auf der Bahn 2 der tschechische Meister, Martin Tuček. And in lane 1, representing Spain, auf der Bahn 1 aus Spanien, Jesus David Delgado.
So as they settle into their blocks, with all eyes on Carson Warholm, what can he do? First two in this heat, as the one before and the one just about to come, plus 2 non-automatic qualifiers. And there's 3 very good men in this particular race. Warholm in lane 3, Watron 4, and Vallon in lane 6. Let's not forget Lambrughi in lane 5 as well. From the inside, Delgado, Spain, Tuček, Czech Republic, Warholm, Norway, Watron, Belgium, Lambrughi, Italy, Vallon, France, Bonvin, Switzerland, and on the outside, Jacob Paul of Great Britain. And Warholm's the first to rise. He's already clawing back the stagger on Watron, and he's running very quickly. He's gone out hard, right up on the shoulder now, halfway down the back straight of Watron. Lambrughi not really showing at this stage. Watron's hanging on in there. Vallon now, having run a good back straight and good bend after very slow starting, is in contention. But Warholm, he's back to something like his best. Watron is in second place at the moment. Vallon trying to close him down. Bonvin on the outside is drifting backwards. Vallon comes through with a super surge to take second, but all the plaudits go to Carson Warholm, and the time unofficially 48.38. Well, that's almost a season's best for him. He's looking good, and he's certainly running himself into the type of shape that we've seen in seasons gone past.
Yeah, and still looking at him going into that last hurdle. Appeared to be stuttering somewhat. I had my heart in my mouth for a moment there. Maybe he did as well. As we can see the times all coming up. Vatrin making it through so far, with one semi-final, of course, to come in a few moments' time. And that means that Derbyshire and Bar will not progress. 49.3 and 49.6 for them. You can see somewhat faster from this second semi-final, including Julien Vatrin and the other Julien Bonvin. So should they wish to, they can take spots in those hot seats.
I'm not sure I'd be standing up if I was there. Well, Watrin, it's showing as a personal best, but in fact that is actually a national record for Belgium. He's been under 49 seconds in the past, just a quick shaving of a few hundredths off.
Yeah, Karsten Warholm, don't think he's quite at his best, but he's recovered enough to be in strong shape to come here looking for victory. Just have another look here. I was worried when he came into that last hurdle, but has enough quality, even if he doesn't have his rhythm perfectly spot on. Although he will have to improve a little in the final, because Hapio looking fantastic so far and has had a great season. The Frenchman so close to a medal at the World Championships. There was just 0.02 of a second in it.
Well, as we watch Warholm, can we say, oh, how happy Hapio should be?
Maybe, certainly better than cry over,
Yeah.
my joke that I mentioned at the start of the morning.
Right, that's it. We'll keep everything straight and on the line. So Watrin, with that national record, takes 9.
Let's take a look at semi-final number 3. Karsten Warholm winning just a moment ago in 48.38 compared to Hapio's 48.89. Specially branded Munich 2022 hurdles. A decent collector's item, souvenir, but difficult to transport back, unfortunately. Ramsey Angela of the Netherlands on the outside. We've seen Van Diepen going the 800. Two of them won the World Indoor 4x4 title together. Bonavacia was just out the medals actually in the 400 metres. A bit surprising that he was. Anyway, moving on with Victor Corollaire. Not as strong as Hapio, but still with a decent opportunity to make it through to the final, you would have thought.
Olympic bronze medalist, world and European silver medalist.
Yasmani Capello, well, until the current Karsten Warholm generation really hit the heights, Capello was consistently one of the best and still remains pretty good. European champion in 2016 and then silver medalist 4 years ago. Olympic and world medalist as well. Carl Bengstrom, 48.52 this year. European under-20 champion 3 years ago.
Representing Italy, auf der Bahn 4 für Italien.
And Jose Bencosme de Leon. New lifetime best was set at the Mediterranean Games in Algeria, where he finished 4th, just outside the medals, 48.91. Seems to be a strong event for the Slovenians. Zupin in the women's event, Gucek in the men's. Unmissable, the Slovenians in their bright green colours. Slovenian green. Konstantin Price, one of those who really made the most of having the crowd support in the heat, winning really nicely. And on the inside, Fitz Muller, 49.26 at best. So going by PBs, Yasmani Capello, 47.81. Bit closer this year, though. So 4 of these men around the 48-second range. From the inside, Muller, Price, Gucek, Ben Cosme de Leon, Bengstrom, Capello, Corole and Angela. The third semi-final of the men's 400-metre hurdles. Well, really interesting to see whether Konstantin Price can do exactly what he did in the heat now among stronger competition. It's in the yellow of Sweden, Bengstrom, who's gone off like a rocket, channeling that Carsten Warholm energy across the first few hurdles here. Muller also well up on the inside there and actually ahead of Price at this point. Starting to edge in contention in the blue of Italy is Ben Cosme de Leon now from lane 4. And sailing through with great speed. Ben Cosme de Leon, Muller really gritting his teeth and straining. And here comes Capello now. The experience shows. Nice final gear. The European champion 6 years ago. 49.34, the official time coming up. Corole makes it through, so we will have 2 Frenchmen in that final. 3, in fact, with Ludwig Vaillant also making it through.
Well, that to me is a big surprise that we've lost Benscom de Leon and Carl Bengstrom. I thought they might be the 2 men who'd come through, but 35 years of age, there's still a bit of zip in Alex Capello's legs, without a doubt. Victor Corole, well, he looked good in yesterday's first round, and he's carried on that momentum through to these semi-finals. He's making up for not being one of the seeded athletes. As we see coming into the home straight, overhead shot here. Benscom de Leon at the moment leading the way and looking full of running. And then suddenly coming through like a train off that last hurdle. Alex Capello and Corole holding his form. He was second off the bend, came through as well, really straining, pushing hard, goes past the tiring Benscom de Leon. Bengstrom left his surge just a little bit too late to make it through to the final. So it will be the men from Heat 2 who go through as the fastest non-automatic qualifiers, Votrin and Bonvin. Confirmation of the times. Capello 49.34 going through. Turning the clock back just a little bit.
Yes, so these will be our finalists. As you can see there, Yasmani Capello winning that third semi-final. And fastest qualifier is Carsten Warholm. These are the men who just missed out. Konstantin Price, faster than his heat, but tougher in the semi-final. Obviously part of that opening round, the top 12 athletes getting the bye straight through to the semis. Ramzi Angel a little disappointing, along with his teammate Nick